Drivers, start your engines!
Ladies and gentlemen, the starting grid as they have qualified for the Grand Park 165 on the Chicago Street Course, round 2 of the 2025 NASCAR In-Season Challenge. He dominated the Xfinity race from the pole yesterday, and now the Street Slayer inaugural winner Shane Van Gisbergen goes for the weekend sweep with his second pole of the season. Alongside is another strong road course ringer in Michael McDowell, who finished 5th in last year's race. Row 2 going head-to-head in their In-Season Challenge matchup of Mr. Action, Carson Hocevar, and another fast flyer Chevy, and Tyler Chronicles of Reddick, last year's runner-up. 203, you'll find Trojan Chase Briscoe, who threw the first pitch of the Cubs game on Thursday, and rowdy Kyle Busch finished 5th 2 years ago despite an early trip into the tires. Occupying row 4 are 2 RFK Racing teammates with Preece Lightning, Ryan Preece, outside pole sitter in Mexico, and the Prosper Punisher, last year's winner at the Glen, Chris Buescher, both hoping to make it into the next round in the bracket. Row 5, Turbo Ty Gibbs led the most laps last year, and the ace Austin Dillon has his work cut out for him this week as he rounds out the top 10. He finished last 2 years ago and went on to win last year. Alex, the greatest Bowman, will start in row 6 and is 15th in the playoff standings, and sliced for himself, Joey Logano is the top Team Penske Ford in the field. Row 7, the Panhandle prospect Christopher Bell finished in the top 2 in the last 3 road course races, including a win at Coda, and Young Money Kyle Larson, much like his teammate Alex Bowman, will be forced to start in the back after sustaining damage in practice and qualifying. In row 8, it's Brad, the big Keselowski, who finished an extremely close second in Atlanta, and multiple-time Champ Car Street Course winner Dangerous AJ Allmendinger. Soon-to-be dad Ryan Inside Blaney hasn't had a top 5 finish on a road course since he was the runner-up at Indianapolis 4 years ago, and he starts in row 9 alongside dandy Daniel Suarez, now a free agent for 2026. Row 10, defending Supercars champion and current series point leader Will Brown makes his second Cup Series start, this time in the third college racing entry, and the Todd father, Todd Gilliland, 7th last year, is in the Grillo's Hot Pickle car this week. Row 11 belongs to the Lucy Breakers Toyota of Riley Taylor Belopes, and the Melonhead boss, Ross Chastain, is there as well. The 12th row is where inaugural Xfinity winner Stone Cold Custer will start on the inside, and fellow Ford driver Nacho Noah Gragson in his front row arc. Row 13, both still in the in-season challenge bracket, are John Hunter Nemechek, whose record 6th top 10 finish occurred in Mexico, and charity cornhole champion Insane Zane Smith. Row 14, it's Austin Cindric, the entertainer, the Talladega winner, and the Comets' Justin Haley was the inaugural runner-up 2 years ago. Back to row 15, it's Vegas winner Josh Wildberry in the Wood Brothers Ford, and Austin Hill was 4th in the Xfinity Series race yesterday. Row 16 consists of road racer Josh Balicki from Wisconsin for Garage 66, and Ricky is in the Stenhouse Jr., 6th last year. Row 17, despite hitting the tires in practice and scraping the wall in qualifying, Catherine Legg managed to lock her Live Fast Motorsports car into the show. She'll start alongside that Jones boy, Erik Jones, 49 points behind 16th in the playoff standings. Row 18, you better beware, cause Cody Ware will be on screen to promote Arby's new Angus cheesesteak sandwich, and my, Ty Dillon beat every Denny Hamlin fan's favorite driver at Atlanta, making the number 32 seed in the in-season challenge a potential dark horse favorite. Lots of problems for the last 4 drivers in this field, starting with row 19, as Bubba Wallace spun twice in qualifying, and Daytona 500 champion William Red Byron suffered heavy rear-end damage in practice and couldn't turn in a qualifying lap as a result. And in row 20, the Napa Maniac, last week's winner Chase Elliott, also suffered extensive left rear damage after spinning out in a different spot, and Denny Hammer and Hamlin blew his engine right at the start of the practice session. These 4 drivers, especially Elliott, should be fun to watch make their way back to the front as soon as the green flag drops. For the first time since the 500, a driver had to be sent home, and unfortunately, it's Corey Heim in the 4th 2311 entry who had to complete his qualifying lap with the broken toe link. And ladies and gentlemen, there's your field for the Grand Park 165 at Chicago. To see who's competing against who in this round of the in-season challenge, refer to the description below.